Today on the channel, we're going to take a look at my Ernie Ball Music Man Van Halen guitars. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at these beautiful Ernie Ball Music Man Van Halen guitars. These are two of my guitars. I own these. I'm very, very fortunate to have both of these models. They're rare and collectible. I'm not showing this video to brag or boast or flex or any of those things. I'm just very proud. I love these guitars very, very much. There's a little bit of history behind these and why I've got them. And I'm just really lucky to have purchased these when I did. They've gone up quite a bit in value since Eddie's untimely passing, which is very sad. I'd rather have Eddie around and these guitars not be worth nearly anything, honestly. But they were climbing in value even throughout the years during, the time that Eddie was with us. Simply because they're awesome guitars. They were limited runs. I'll give you a little bit of history on these guitars first of all, in case you didn't know. And as I talk about these guitars, I'll do some close-up video. Okay? So these guitars were manufactured between 1990 and 1995 by Ernie Ball out of California, made in USA. They made 6,000, roughly 6,000 of these guitars, maybe a little bit more. They did about 1,200 a year. So roughly you're looking at about 3, maybe 4 guitars a day. So production was pretty slow on these. But Ernie Ball's a small company. They were a lot smaller back then. You got to think, back in the early 90s. How big of a company could they possibly have been? They made about 1,400 of the red, the amber, the blue, and the purple. Those were the most popular models. Out of those models, they made about 600 stop tail pieces. Then they made 600 translucent black models and about 600 sunburst. Estimated 400 of these natural Ernie Balls. Funny thing about the natural ones is the amber ones faded easily, and a lot of the amber ones look natural, and you can't really tell the difference. The only way to really tell if you really do have a true natural, from what I understand, is to contact Ernie Ball directly, and they can tell you based on the serial number and the production date. So they made about 400 natural. I do believe this one is a real natural one. It looks too clean to be a natural, to be, a gold one or amber one. They made 200 pink, 96 green ones, and 26 gold tops. And then the most rare are the solid black models, 16. The neck plates on these have the serial numbers, and the serial numbers on the neck plates do not identify the year. Ernie Ball got the neck plates screwed up when they were manufactured. They all got scrambled together, so they are not sequential. And if you want to know what year your Ernie Ball is, you got to contact Ernie Ball, and they'll put it in their computer, and they'll be able to tell what date it was made. If you've got a real rare one, a black one, or a gold one, it's a good idea to check with Ernie Ball to make sure that that color is actually legit, because some people will have them professionally painted, and you may think you've got a gold top or a black one and it's been refinished. I've got some nicks and dings on this red one. I've owned this red one since 1992, and I've played it a lot, but it's got a little bit of some blemishes. This natural one is mint. This natural one is in mint condition. It's in awesome shape. I never take these guitars out and play them anymore. I rarely have played this natural one. I bought it really as a collector. These guitars are 25.5-inch scale length, which is interesting because that's the scale length of a Strat. They look really tiny, but that's actually what the scale length is. They have custom DiMarzio zebra humbuckers that were designed by Eddie and Ernie Ball. They've got an Ernie Ball tremolo system, which I think is a Godot system. I've read that Floyd Rose did not provide them with a tremolo system, so I think that pissed Eddie off, and they've got this Ernie Ball system that's basically just a Floyd Rose. 22 frets, a 500K pot, one 3-way switch, maple neck. The neck was digitized and measured to replicate Eddie's 5150 guitar, so it feels worn in, which that was pretty cutting edge technology back in the 90s. Pretty interesting. The typical, 4 and 2 tuners on the headstock. That's Ernie Ball trademark. 41 millimeter nut. Basswood body, maple cap. The maple caps on these things are beautiful. Try not to get a glare. Just look at that. Just wonderful. Let me get a close-up of this natural. Again, sorry for the glare. I've got all the case candy in this natural one. They came with a polishing cloth, extra springs, Allen keys. This one had a booklet in it, specifications. It's got other models in it as well. The Albert Lee, Steve Morse. This book is folded, kind of jacked up. Look, there's the Luke model. Cool. Anyway, there's a couple bases there in the back. I don't know if this came with this particular model or if the seller I bought this from put it in there. I bought this guitar 10 years ago for a fraction of what they're going for now. This red one I bought in 1992. There was a classified ad in the Tennessean newspaper, and I was on lunch working at a Sears at the age of 22 and found this in the classifieds, and I bought it for $1,200. I had like $20 left in my bank account and had to wait a couple weeks for a paycheck. I was eating cereal in a small, crappy, roach-infested apartment in Nashville, but I had an Ernie Ball Music Man. This is cool because this one has the Music Man warranty card. The original owner had this stuff in the case. So it's got this, it's not a warranty card, it's a 8.5 by 11. It's got a 1-year warranty from the date of purchase. I think these were just envelopes that had some of the stuff in it. This is a receipt. It was bought from Manny's Music. And that was the original owner that bought it. It was $1,800. That's a lot of money today, but that was a whole lot of money in 1990, 92, around that era. Here's Manny's Mailbox Music. Thank you for placing an order. Here's the tools that came with this one. This is an interesting little find. I've got a ticket stub of the Van Halen 2004 reunion at Hershey Park. I flew to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, then drove to Hershey in a cab and saw them in '04. I was front row. It was $87, and I did this I Love All Access thing. It was like $400, and I got to go to sound check and kind of yell out and request songs to the band, and they had an open bar and gave us dinner, and it was awesome. Nowadays, that kind of experience would be $2,000, $3,000, man. It'd be crazy. But, you know, that was the second show of the tour. It was pretty good, man. Eddie wasn't his best on that tour, but that was the second show of the tour. So there you go. There's my Ernie Ball Music Mans. Let's plug these in. I'll demo each one. The red one has had a toggle switch issue for a long time. They're notorious for not staying in the down position. It always wants to go back in the middle. The up position it stays in pretty good, but it won't quite stay in the down position. The switches on these things are really small, and I just need to buy a new one. I think through Ernie Ball they're $30, $30 or $40. They're really hard to get in there and wire them. They're in such a small little compartment. I'll show you real quick. I'll show you the back of the guitars. There's really not much to show. I mean, there's a compartment for the toggle switch, the volume pot, and then the plate where you can access the springs for the tremolo. So I mean, really, it's as simple as it can get. The bird's eye maple on these necks are so nice, so beautiful. I fall in love all over again every time I pull these guitars out and look at them. Let's check them out.